new microphone, and we're ready to kick it off here.
Sounds good, dude.
Where did we leave
Sounds
off?
good.
What was the last thing that happened? I thought was the use when did the use check news break?
That happened.
Was it
Oof.
the weekend?
Yeah, yeah, I'm pretty sure that happened right after we spoke last time. So we were talking about. So that was an interesting one. I don't think anybody kind of expected him to sign back, and I'm not a we talked about it briefly. I'm not opposed to it. So everyone was kind of up in arms because of the mantra has been uh younger and cheaper, and you know um paying a position like fullback. Why are we paying a fullback? Well, I mean, obviously it's important to what we do. So, and it is when things are going well, he's a very important piece. And there might be some money that kind of got lost in the abyss there that will end up kind of hurting us later, but it's fine, man. It's technically a cheaper deal in a lot of ways. So,
Yeah, I spent the last couple weeks thinking about moving on from Debo and then use check, like what the offense is gonna look like, and
yeah.
signing Luke Farrell and just seeing okay what's the new strategy. But then he just brings use check back, so I don't know. Yeah, I think it caught everybody off guard. I don't think anybody was expecting him to come back, but he can still play. Like you said, he's still an important piece. So I'm I'm okay. I'm okay with it.
I
God
mean,
forbid, God forbid we lose one guy. One guy goes down. One of our key pieces goes down, and then our offense is struggling a little bit more. And having that
right.
extra piece, that extra guy, that extra blocker, that extra, and maybe even locker room presence, since I know he's one of those guys too. So I'm fine with it.
Yeah. I mean, he's a captain. He's one of the captains. He's a culture guy. He's a locker room guy. No one, I think he always kind of mentions that while you know we're he there's a couple of them, but he's again, if things are going well and we want to run the ball the way we want to run the ball and be versatile in that personnel grouping, he's an important piece. So
Yep.
glad he's back.
I was not thrilled to hear the news about Jordan Mason.
Yeah.
I'm not too concerned about the compensation. I didn't expect to get a whole lot for him, but it's always nice to get extra draft pieces. But um, that one hurts just a little bit, just because we're one bad calf away from having a problem at depth at running back. So that was a little bit of a concern. What do you think about the trade?
I liked it. I think we're gonna draft another one. I think we might also have an undrafted guy come in that Bobby Turner and Shanahan love. I think the pick swap in the sixth round is pretty cool. I like it. We move. I think it's like 23 spots in that round. It's great for a draft with that's this deep. I like the fact that we're getting another one next year. And that they're that we don't we tenured him, right, or we gave him he was a restricted guy, so he was still able to negotiate. I think. No, he wasn't. We got him, and then we had to trade. Duh. So yeah, I mean, I liked it. I liked it. I think it kind of, but I also like to be more naive and be more um like more optimistic. If I'm looking through those goggles, we're like, oh, McCaffrey must be fucking good to go. Like no no ifs ands or buts. Like no, you know, fucking. He might even get some. I don't doubt it, but he might get snaps in the preseason just to get him kind of going. I like to think about that. I like to think it was funny because I was this. It was funny how it broke because I was at my uh, in-laws, my niece, his birthday, and we were all there eating. And there's always an uncle. It's uncanny how there's always one uncle that's a Cowboys fan, and his name is Uncle Richard. Good dude. And we were talking, and he's telling me because he knows. He's like, dude, I hope you guys fucking pay Purdy everything. I was like, we'll see. And I kind of got the ball rolling, and then we get the it's like like uncanny. Like we get to like, hey, yeah, like you guys still have Jordan Mason? It's like, yeah, we signed him. And then right when we were talking about Mason, I get the notification. It was crazy. Like, oh, speaking of which, and we were looking at the numbers, and good for 2 years. Where it's like almost like what I don't know how much guaranteed. So, um, yeah, man, I like it for both parties. I think we're gonna. I like Garendo too. You know, I always look at. He's not nearly as good of a runner as Mason is right now, I think, but Garendo will only get better. But we're also going to take a guy, and then they also think that this class has a bunch of fucking backs, dude. Like so many for the top shelf ones. I know. Um, I only know there's a couple dark horse guys that but like the guys I love Caleb Johnson at Iowa. I know the guys that everyone's in it. The top echelon guys I think are obviously Genty. Omari Hampton is arguably talent wise is probably can make a case for him being the best back in the draft. Um, uh, there's a bunch of guys. I like the kid from Kansas. Saw him a little bit. But I love Caleb Johnson. He won't be. I don't think we'll grab him, but he'll go higher. But we'll grab a guy. I like it. It checks all the boxes, and it's the right time to do it, and we get future and current capital for it. So,
Yeah, I figured we're especially in the later rounds, maybe not in the first 3 rounds, but fifth, sixth, seventh round, or even unrestricted free agents, because that's what Jordan, undrafted free agents. That's what Jordan Mason was. So, you save a few bucks, I guess. You get a pick swap this year in a deep draft, and then you get something for next year as well. So, can't hate it. But again, like you said about Garendo, right now he's not quite there. He's not somebody we want to lean on too heavily. He's more of a change of pace guy. And the McCaffrey injury kind of just lingers in the back of my mind of, all it's going to take is one little trip up, and then who's our guy? It's Garendo, and then it's Patrick Taylor. But yeah, we got 11 picks, so we can use one on a running back. I'm okay with that.
right. Well, now you are.
Now I have to be.
Yeah.
But speaking of the run game and just the offense in general, like what makes the offense go is the offensive line. And word on the street is the news broke. News didn't break, but there was just chatter around the front office and interviews and whatnot, and the going to bat for guys and saying he's our guy. And the McKivitz thing from the other day that I read was, that Lynch, gave his blessing, and that, hey, he's our guy. We like him. We're excited about him another year, which doesn't surprise me, because right now, and a lot of people are talking about McKivitz specifically, and I think it's because we've been talking about him for 3 seasons, because he's probably been the weak link of our roster for 3 seasons, certainly on our offense. But now, he played a little bit better last year, still not particularly good as a pass protector, but still a pretty decent run blocker. But we just have so many more holes right now that I think you're going to have positions of the 22 starters you have rostered on offense and defense. You're going to have 1 or 2 or 3 who you would like to upgrade. But it's just, you can't do all of it. So every roster has them. And I think that's that spot for us this year, because, he was the number 1 liability for a long time. But now if I'm counting off positions, left guard, center, defensive tackle twice, the other edge opposite Bosa, a linebacker spot or 2, and potentially a safety spot. Like all of a sudden McKivitz goes from the number one target down to like 6 or 7. So I just think the vote of confidence is fine. I think he's played okay. We talked about him before, and this trading out McGlinchey, not trading him out, but letting him walk and just replacing him with McKivitz, and basically getting the same product for the last 2 or 3 years. because when you look at McGlinchey, good run blocker, not a great pass protector, maybe slightly better, maybe just slightly better than McKivitz, but he's also making 3.5 times his salary. So what are you willing to pay to be just a tiny bit better? That was a good move for our front office, letting McGlinchey walk. We knew that when it happened. Yeah. Aside from that, though, the Brendel thing, and I didn't read too much on that, but it's starting to sound more like, as we get closer to draft day, that this front office and this head coach is okay with our starters at center and right tackle, and that they may look to, draft a replacement for Trent Williams one day, or, just draft some depth, some, a later pick. It's starting to sound like interior lineman may not be the route at pick number 11, or maybe even early in the draft. So, and that's obviously way more concerning than McKivitz. We need a better center. We don't need a great center. We need better out of that position. That's probably the most glaring one of all the. If we had our set starters today, that might be the worst one. So, what do you think about like the possibility of Brendel coming back and running it back one more time?
I'm not. I don't like it. I don't. I don't. I'm not. Not a, as you finish that last end of that sentence, of that, it kind of like, you know, I he can't be he can't be any worse than last year. I don't give a fuck what the PFF shit or all the analytics say, or what his percentage was against. He can't. I don't think he can be any worse than he was last year. I'm also not too fond of him playing next to Ben Barch right now at left guard, because Barch is the guy. I didn't know anything about Barch until he had to show up, for us in a pinch last year. Barch, I can see why you like him, because again, he's the typical shanty offensive lineman, where he's kind of he's got a lower body on him, where he got plenty of, for a big guy, he's got plenty of hip flexibility, and he can run and get in space. But you know, when you ask a guy like that to really, all right, I'm gonna impose my will on this three technique here and move him this way, sometimes, most of the time, it doesn't work. I don't like it. I don't like Brendel coming back. I know we have to be able to grab a guy in the draft. I know there's going to be a couple good centers. That's a I keep talking about Jake Majors from Texas, being that guy. I don't know where he ends up going, but and then like the I guess the way, like, it's to the point now where if you're under contract with this team and you play offensive line, and you have a certain amount of experience and starts with this group and this scheme, then we trust in you to develop and get better. But we're not gonna, what I mean? Like, they're just gonna trust you to kind of play out that deal, because of how we're kind of stretched out everywhere else. And yeah, I'm not too fond of it. I'm still expecting us to get a center, and I'm expecting us to get another interior guy at guard.
Yeah, that's definitely been the deal, I think, since Shanahan's come in. Feels like we just ride him out.
Yeah.
McKivitz is a good example. Even Mike McGlinchey is a good example of that, of someone who's, and I think it was masked with him with the fact that he was a first round pick. It's like, you got to stick with him and let him develop.
Mhm.
But he kind of just does that anyways with our starting offensive lineman. Hey, you're not the best, but you're one more year experienced in this system. Next year will be a little bit better, and we'll just get there kind of gradually. But that's not working right now, and the Brendel thing is definitely a concern. But with 11 draft picks, I'm more and more leaning toward, and I think we talked about this last time, like, if we have 11 picks, assuming there aren't any, trade backs or trade ups, and I'm sure there will be, like the O-line, D-line, consuming like 7 of those picks would be great. But I'm also starting to think like we need more help on the defensive line than on the offensive side. And as the days tick past, like Charles Omenihu re-signed with Kansas City. He's off the board. We talked about him last time. Okay, he's gone. Who else is left in free agency from edge and interior? Not a whole lot. Still waiting for them to sign one or two names, at least to compete in camp. And I'm sure they will, but it's looking more and more like the draft is going to be the way they go for the defensive front and the depth there, and potentially the starters. And that's pretty concerning. I think I might be a little more concerned about that than I am with 64 coming back, or whatever fucking number he wears. That's a concern. I also read the other day that there is some concern that Drake Jackson may not be ready for the start of the season. He may not be ready for this season. He may not be ready ever. I don't know how much merit that holds, but that's also an interesting tidbit. And defensive lines just, I mean, we've talked about it before, but unless we're planning on drafting several 4 or 5 guys, and 2 or 3 of those guys can be impact guys in year one, like we're in trouble right now for sure.
Yeah, no, I mean, we kind of rolled out the if we were to play tomorrow, it doesn't look good on paper. So they, I don't think, obviously I don't think that would be the game day or the 53 that we carry. It's going to look a lot different in September and in August. So, yeah, no, I agree with you though. That defensive line is probably, the way to go, and then that kind of expecting in the surprise that we kind of cut bait with Floyd and Collins, which I guess now, obviously they had a problem with. I don't think they had a problem with what they were making. I think they had a problem with what they brought to the table, on the field. I think Salah coming here plays a factor in that too, because he's going to want who he wants. So I don't think if I'm pretty sure they have their exit meetings or when they came in to talk personnel on the big whiteboard, they're like, so I was like, I need, I could see him saying, I need a guy that could play end, that could be as effective in the running game as in the pass game. That's why it kind of makes sense with Matos, because Matos can be an end, but he can also slide inside and rush the passer. So it kind of makes it, as I was starting to kind of connect the dots there, like why the fuck did they just move off? And he wasn't healthy, but they kept him. He likes him apparently. So, and Collins was also kind of a guy that was just not there in the run game, man. So, yeah, I think I agree. Well, the help needs to be up front, and that's what I still think that will take a guy with that 11th pick, on a guy up front on the defensive line, for sure.
And to compound that issue, the linebacking spots, like we have at least one vacancy, and then one other spot that's going to be handed to what is Winter's second year, third year?
Third, yeah. Yeah, they're going into his third year, yeah.
And that's a concern because I feel like he's a player. He's one of the young players on this roster that a lot of people are somewhat high on, and him getting more reps. But from what I saw last season, I didn't watch every single snap, and I didn't follow him on every single play, obviously. But for every flash play he had where he put a big hit on somebody or had a nice pursuit, I feel like he got moved or he whiffed on a coverage. I feel like it was very feast or famine for him, but not in a, I'm a gambler. I go for, like Hufanga when he was, in 2022, he'd give some things up and then he'd make a play. Give some things up, then he'd make a play. This is a little more bust and boom for this guy. And he's a little concerning for me. I'm not really sold on him. And I don't know. I honestly have no idea if the season started today, who is the third linebacker, aside from those two. I don't even know who it is. honestly.
No, I think it's like Bassoon, Tatum Bassoon, maybe, probably. But yeah, well, winners. Yeah, I remember we kind of were looking at that as the linebackers as a whole. He, he's he's a he's a, he's kind of an undersized tweener. Like he doesn't he, he doesn't process his keys as fast as I would have liked, or as fast as he should probably be doing, in my opinion. So he's getting a visual key from wherever is reading that guard or that back, and that first step is not as decisive as it. He kind of seems like he's moving a little, but to be honest, and to kind of to his benefit too, like you know, our defensive line needs to play well for the backers to play well. So if the defensive line isn't getting the penetration that they need, or getting to their spot, or not playing with good technique, then the backers will suffer for it, because that guard is coming off that tackle and he's coming to the backer. So if the defense line plays a bit better, I expect him to be a little bit better. Um, so I don't think I think the jury's still on him, but there's definitely a lot of upside, because he is very, very athletic. Um, uh, and then you're playing next to Fred, but like if you know compare to Greenlaw, I mean this it's kind of a 9-day thing, but um, so we'll see. I mean, that's another thing too. Like I could see them easily doing, getting one of these guys at the top too at that position. Maybe not at 11, but definitely at 43 or 75, I think. So like I could definitely see that. Because there's a lot of those guys too. I'm excited about a lot of them. I talked about a couple of them earlier, but there's some dudes, man. It's gonna be hard to not fucking. I can see John do like well, Kyle, like, yeah, he's still on the board. Like, right, all right, we're gonna sprint this card in, because so yeah. Again, another level. Each level of defense has got to have a guy, and I think obviously defensive line will be point of emphasis. But if we struggle at backer, and say, God forbid, knock on wood, if Fred goes down, dude.
Fred doesn't go down.
No, he doesn't. Dude, he played on, dude, his ankle was sticking out of his fucking side of his foot, dude. His side of his foot was fucking, it was, what a, he hurt that. What was it? What game was that?
I think it was New England.
Yeah, yeah. What a pro. Yeah, 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 man. So I we'll see. It's gonna be tempting not to take one of those dudes, man. There's a couple of them. There's there's a couple of dudes.
We need guys that can come in basically day one, and man, if there's ever been a draft we cannot miss on, it has to be this one. Again, thinking back on the Lance trade and the talent we lost out on because of that, and then I think it's compounding for. I was thinking about it earlier. It's also compounding because of not immediately, but like, okay,
Mhm.
like when we traded for Trent Williams, what did we give up for Trent? It was like a second and a fifth, I think, right? And that was
Something like that. Yeah.
and I don't know if that was pre-draft or post-draft, but that affected our 2-3 years ago. And then when we traded for McCaffrey, what was McCaffrey? A second and a third and a fourth and a fifth, right?
Yeah, something
I
like
think it
that.
was
Yeah.
2, 3, 4, 5. They weren't. I don't think they're all in the same draft class. It was a couple different drafts. Like we've traded it all away, and this, we're just reaping what we sow with our lack of draft picks, or lack of high up draft picks, and now the depth issue. So we have to hit on some of these guys. Said it before. The year two guys have to stay the course, and we got to rock the house. So it's a good thing this draft is deep, because it needs to be for us to sustain our way of life, our quality of life.
hmm
What other news?
Um, Regarding us, I think that's pretty much kind of like hits all the bases right now. I think. I don't think uh, Jameis Winston just signed with the Giants. There goes our, there goes our quarterback, dude. There goes our guy.
That's interesting.
Uh, the the chatter going on with our quarterback, though. Speaking of quarterbacks,
Oh yeah. Oh no shit. The biggest news of the whole damn century for us. How could I forget?
yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I think that as the days tick on, I'm not worried about, like the last few contracts we had that dragged out into the summer. It was more like getting annoyed with the player because, hey, you need to sign because you need to get to camp, you need to get in shape, we need to be ready for week one kind of thing. Um, a little bit about the money, but not so much. And with Brock, I'm I'm not in a rush to get it resolved in the same
hmm
way that I have been in years past. Um, but as the days go, I think I'm starting to go from this side of the fence to the fence when it comes to what the plan is for the future and what, the thing you keep saying, that explore all options. Not because he, is being a dickhead or I don't like Brock Purdy. It's just as this thing ticks along, like you realize more and more, like if that number ends up being really big, just what the ramifications of that can be if things don't work out because he doesn't either take the next step, the players around him aren't as good, and so he can't elevate them, um, or injuries because he has an elbow issue, whatever that is. Like this can sink us for a long time, and it's weighing on me a little more as we go. And I'll be honest with you, uh, and a sprinkle, a little cherry on top is we have Mac Jones on the roster now.
yeah,
And I'm not a
yeah.
Mac Jones fan by any stretch. I never have been, but I do know that we've seen worse quarterbacks
Yeah.
do fine in this system with this coach,
Mhm.
uh, and probably with a little less talent than this offense has right now on it. So um, I saw it today. Somebody said, just trade. They're talking about trading Brock Purdy. Just pure speculation, but trade him to the Giants and get all this bounty in return. I don't know really what we would get for him. I don't think we would get this a king's ransom, but we would
No.
get something fairly substantial. And if you get that and you couple in a deep draft class, and then you couple that with, another couple years of easy going on the salary cap because we're paying Mac Jones, who was like $4 million a year, whatever it was.
hmm
Um, it doesn't seem like the worst thing in the world. Do I think we can win a Super Bowl with Mac Jones? No. But do I think we can win a Super Bowl right now with the state of our roster? It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. We got a lot of holes. So that being the case, like what do we do? What's to be done? And so it just weighs on me a little bit more as the days go. I think I'm getting to the point where whatever ends up happening, I'm
Right.
already accepting whatever occurs, whether it's 60 million a year or whether it's a trade tomorrow or whatever that looks like. I'm ready.
The every day that goes by until we get to like April, I think the draft. Like after the draft is done, every day that goes by after that, I am I'm gonna try and convince myself more and more that Mac Jones is gonna fucking be the guy.
Well, it's
Yeah, I'm
funny.
telling you.
Like when's I'd have to look it up. Like
Mhm.
it's on a quarterback situation. We had Lance on the roster for a while, so it's been kind of, but it feels like the 2-year deal, and maybe you said this last time. I don't know where I heard it, but it feels like the 2-year deal is intentional.
Yeah, leverage. Yeah,
Why would it not
just
just be a
leverage.
1-year deal? He's just a backup. You did the same thing with Dobbs and whoever the hell else has been on the roster the last few years. Brought Garoppolo back in 22 on a 1-year deal. Like it's these 1-year deals. Why would it need to be a 2-year deal for him? Sam Darnold's another one. If it's the rehab project, like you bring him in for 1 year and then you let him fly away. Interesting.
Leverage,
Too.
leverage. Well,
Yeah.
it's leverage. I think
Is
like, I mean,
is it leverage or is it insurance?
both. Can be both.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It doesn't have to be one or the other.
Leverage can just be, a bluff. Leverage is just a bluff, right?
It's a
But
negotiating. It's a negotiating card
and
you can
bluffing
play.
is a part of negotiating. But if it's but why is it 2 years? Why two? I think it could be a real good bluff, or maybe there is something in the back pocket there of this might not work. It's possible this doesn't work out because we don't know. And ultimately, John and Kyle and Jed, they know what their mindset is right now. They know what the number is. They know where the hard cap is. I feel like they probably know that by now. And so
What they also know. You know what they also know is that I think I think we squeezed everything we could out of this guy, dude. I think we know that. I think we can all say that. I think that's obviously very, very unfair to Brock, especially what he's done. But um I think they also know that like, all right, well, we're gonna structure this to where it protects us. And even that, his representatives will see that and be like, well, you can fucking dump us after this year or after this certain year with after this dollar after that can be obviously taken the wrong way. Sometimes agents, and if they read through all the because they're probably fucking lawyers, dude. Like they'll look at everything and they'll be like, wait, hold on. You guys want to out after year so and so because of wow, this is supposed to be we're supposed to be fucking you know you're us, so we're in the same boat. You're giving us, but hold on, we can't reach this number because of what's in the clause. What does this fucking say right here? So it's it's like so you could, and then going back to what the you know Jed and Kyle and John and the whole organization, it's just like um it- you know is there have we hit our ceiling? Can we really? There's one thing's for sure, like we can't next year and the year after and possibly the year after that, we're not going to have the same group of guys with him, the same level of guys with him. And when I say that, I mean like, you know, all pros, Pro Bowl, in some cases, Hall of Fame worthy players. Um, and then after it's like, all right, well then, let's break down what he did last year. And then they did, but let's read between the lines. And then it's like, well, I'm telling you, like exploring all options and looking under every rock, dude. Like it has to happen. So it's just what and then with the whole thing with like, well, Brock did, Brock did this with Brock deserves this because fucking dipshit A and dipshit B did, and they didn't do as much as well, yeah, but again, like, why does their mistake have to be our mistake? Doesn't have to. It doesn't have to be. Like, why is that a thing in the league where and maybe it's because it's just good business, but why does their fuck up have to be ours? Like we know if we pay him this amount of money and they'll make sure that we're going to protect ourselves as an organization to save money, which is all this name of the game, right? To make sure that you know, they're they might they might take offense to that, and if you're Brock's agent and you're like, dude, like my client, your quarterback has done this, this, and this, and so I think it could be both. I think it could be used as leverage. I think it could be used in a variety of ways. So it's I don't see us I'm telling you, after the draft, if it's not done before the draft, maybe a week after, I don't know how. I don't know. I don't know.
If it's your call, what are you
Yeah,
doing?
I'm probably rolling out Mac.
Trading Brock?
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, it'd have to be like the thing is, like everyone right now is putting a button. They're buttoning up their plans for that position. They have to, and the teams that haven't yet are thinking at 1, 2, 3 that are going to have to take a guy. So, um, I don't know if you can. You know, you'd have to put together something. I don't know how that would work and how they would do it, but you don't just fucking send out a bat signal and say, okay, we got a quarterback. But you would be like, you know, so and so, like, hey, listen, like we're looking to trade up, and us just a scenario, a trade up scenario, and we would, just to get from here to here. Um, we're not in a position to give you any capital this year, but we'll give some capital next year with um, a quarterback. So, but then like the layers of spider webs and shit that they got to fucking figure out to get that done because he needs his deal. He's still technically under contract with us, so they could franchise him. Um, I don't think he has no trade clause in his fucking in his deal. So no, because he was 7 round. Um, so yeah, I would go to the proper channels, and I would I would be um, just making sure I would make it do what's best for Brock and ourselves, and that's really and then if you don't respect that, then I'm sorry, but this is the name of the game, man. Like, you know,
I
what are you
think
doing?
I think I'm not totally sold either way. Um, I just I would hate to ship him off, and I don't think he's going to be Superman for some other franchise. But I think if he's in a decent situation, he still has a ceiling that he hasn't reached yet. Um, I could be wrong. I would have him play out his 4th year and just say, hey,
Nah. Yeah. Oh yeah.
let's
I'd like that
let's
too.
pick it up. Let's pick it up next February. And hey, and at least then we can give you a firm number, because if I get one more season, and I don't care how the year goes. I don't care if we have injuries again. I don't care. It could be great. It could be terrible. But however you play in this condition, like, we're going to get a better read. We just need more. He has 36 regular season starts, and it's been in different conditions, and we haven't seen quite enough yet to definitively say, this is his value in this organization right now. It's tough, especially when you think you can bring in a guy like Mac Jones and have some success because there's talent. So I would have him play out that last year and then go into next year knowing, hey, here's what we think you're worth. And then you get really political, and then you pull out the dirty cheap tricks, right? Because at the end of year 4, you don't have any more leverage really unless you tag him, right? And you're not going to tag him if he doesn't perform. So you're going to tag him and then say, hey, we're going to hold this over your head. I know you want out. We want you out. Please accept a trade, and we'll send you someplace else so you can play some football. But yeah, I'd probably be fine rolling the dice, and I'm not willing to roll the dice and ship Brock Purdy off and then bring in Mac Jones. I won't cry if that happens, but I would prefer not to risk that. I want to see one more year from Brock, and I'm willing to risk him playing well this year, us being able to answer a few more questions about him, be a little more at ease, and then next season, when the quarterback market goes up a little bit more, paying more than we probably would have if we had just gotten the deal done now.
Mhm.
Getting hit real hard, knowing that we have a guy who's proven a little bit more and it's hard to even say that because he's done a lot. He's played some really good football in certain situations. It's just there are still questions, and that's what's tough about it, is that it's usually by this point and with him, when the cards were down, he lifted us up in some games, and then in some he didn't. And then when things were favorable, he played pretty well, and sometimes he didn't play great. And so it's just, I just want more sample size. If I can get 17 more games out of this guy this season, I think we'll know definitively who and what he is, which is weird because it shouldn't take that long. But for some reason, here we are.
Cool. Yeah, I think that's the scenario that everyone would like. Him playing on his last year. But we all know why that's not going to happen. Uh, you know, uh, exactly why Brandon Ayuk wouldn't play on his last year, because of shit that just happened to him. Even though we probably should have probably given him that number, but before that, he was considered a legit player at that position. I don't think with if we, again, like, remember we talked about this prior, like if we have a few question marks, and why are we gonna fucking why? So why I keep coming back. You brought up the Mac Jones thing too, like, why is it a 2-year thing? You know, I'm sure when we reached out to him, I don't know if the words, yeah, I don't know if that was discussed on, hey, man, you're gonna get a chance to, you know, make a maybe you're gonna
Yeah,
have an opportunity.
because
Use
that's
it, you can chance.
because that contract is a two-way street. It's not just, hey, we just choose 2 years for you, Mac Jones. Mac Jones has to agree to 2 years. So if you're signing me to 2, this is supposed to be a rehab. I still want to play in the NFL. I think I could start at some point. Hey, I want
Yeah,
the Sam Darnold deal where I come in and I do the right things. I learn from you, and then and then I go elsewhere and get another opportunity. Why am I signing 2 years if I'm Mac Jones? Why?
yeah, yeah. No, and you know, it's a good question, and I don't think I think it's just a mistake. It's just something that if Brock, especially with all these, some of them probably bullshit, but if he wants the number that he wants, I think he has to know too that's you know if he's really about the team, like he knows. But I would, if it's not done before the draft, we'd have to find the best place for him, and then roll out Mac Jones probably. That's what I would do. If the again, fixing the run game, Brock can get rolling. But if it's not, and it's not as good, and we roll out the same offensive line, which looks like we might, with the addition of a guy that's not very good, that doesn't say, uh, this guy that's playing quarterback's gonna have to, you know, maybe have can put the ball in certain spots, and could maybe has a livelier arm than Brock, or I don't know, man. I'm trying to talk myself into the Mac Jones stuff. It's like, just if the run game gets fixed, I I think Purdy will be fine. Doesn't, and all right, we'll give fucking Brock Purdy have 35% of our salary cap and can't do shit.
35, maybe like
I don't.
15, 20, maybe something like that.
20 would be ridiculous, but yeah, I mean, but yeah, I'm exaggerating. But like,
Yeah, I don't know that Mac Jones would do better in adversity behind a bad offensive line.
he's been doing it since he came in the league, dude. He in his first year in the league, Christopher, that shit off. He went to the playoffs, dude. Oh, and then the next year when he went down at his steep, I was like, dude, like, because I couldn't like anyone. I forgot about Mac Jones, and I'm not like I'm watching a lot of Pats games anyway. Like I'll watch them on Sunday a little bit, but like if I and I was like, all right, well, no one on that staff's there, but it's like, oh, fucking Matt Patricia was his offensive coordinator, the defensive coordinator trying to be offensive coordinator. The offensive like okay, so it's like you kind of start going down the trail, like kind of the wormhole of why Mac, and then it's like yeah. So then they went back. They got Drake May shipped his ass out, and he went to Jacksonville, and yeah, Jacksonville's a shit show too. And what if and again, like we always. No, I mean, I think that's a better. I think people are starting to be more aware of it now. The days is like instead of just because everyone wants to label a guy an all pro or the GOAT or the fucking bust with these quarterbacks, right? And it's like, well, it depends. The situation is what matters, and depends on where this fucking guy goes. It depends on where he gets drafted. Even a guy like when we took Trey, like if he comes here and he can't cut it, I think the league knows that he can't cut it. Even though he fleeced Dallas for what a fourth for that, like, so like if Mac Jones went to two shit situations, and he was shitty, but he's still in the league, which a lot of these guys are. What if he's in a good situation? What if he's in a good situation with a capable offensive mind, with several skill guys that can play well? What if he's in the right situation where in that where we're 11 draft picks, Robert Sala's back, we got special teams coordinator back, like what if
You're definitely talking yourself into it.
yes,
I meant from the aspect of you're not going to find more than a couple, and I mean 2 or 3 quarterbacks that can get out of trouble the way that Brock Purdy was able to in this last season. Because there were some games where we either would have lost or we would have gotten our asses kicked way more handily if he wasn't able to make some stuff happen with his legs. Yeah, I mean, Mac Jones is still in the NFL for a reason. He came by. We gave him a deal for a reason. So
there's a lot of bad quarterbacks. There's a lot of bad quarterbacks in this league, though. Like there's some fucking stinkers, but because they can work within that offense and say to get the call, and know where to, and it's not again like with how you want to put it and how you want to kind of have him play on his 4th year. Obviously, like right, that'd be great, right? But that's also we have a better chance of fucking trading up in the top 5 this year than that happening. Like that's not going to happen. So I'm sure that was kind of floated out there, but it's can and it's crazy. Like he just fits everything that Kyle wants to do, and he is that kind of guy. Like that could get the call, see the defense, put it in the vicinity of that intended receiver. I can see it, man. And this is his year 4, 4 or 5,
5.
yeah, 5. Yeah.
I feel like you're already having Mac Jones fantasies. I feel like you've rehearsed this speech before. You've dreamt about it. You wet dreamed about it several times.
I think if there is a God, he had a sense of humor. So this is hilarious, dude. If it goes full circle, and you have look. We've been all we've known is pain as Niner fans, especially the newer ones. So this would be it's to like the laugh to keep from crying type thing, and to make the best of it. Like it's just what if we field a decent team, we play fucking good defense, and we play lights out special teams, give our offense a chance, which supposedly you do our fucking guru head coach. We can figure it out. Like, so that's why it's like this year's draft. Let's knock it out of the park with these defensive guys. Let's kind of like take that model that those fucking those fucking the Rams just still annoys me. And they just got two teammates, at Florida State that can that made that defense just coming at the end of the year. Let's get the defense back on track. Let's play great special teams and let's run the ball, man. We know what we have to do. So the guy pulling the trigger, we've had the mantra with us as our team. The guy pulling the trigger is like he's the fucking mailman. Like so he just has to be the mailman.
He's not
right?
He's not the centerpiece.
Yeah.
He's not the centerpiece. He's the point guard.
Yeah. And what's funny,
runs through him, but it's not him.
Yeah. Yeah. And the top guys, they don't grow on trees, We still have one of the best quarterback histories in league history. So, but we can't find that guy. We can't find that guy anymore. And right now in this moment with this team, we have to do what's best for us. And we have to do what's best for Brock. If he played lights out last year and we snuck into the wild card with everything that happened, and he didn't throw away several games at the end of the year, we would have less questions, right? We'd have less questions, but we didn't. We played very we didn't play any complimentary football though. We were shit on special teams. We were shit on defense for the most part. So, okay, the guys, and we're missing guys on offense, but let's figure it out offensively. Like if we're gonna, we're not like a bunch of pussies last year. Like if we're gonna go out, okay, let's go out with both emptying both barrels, fucking playing in flames. We're going out but we fucking throwing the game away. We went out like a bunch. Like we were like if it means anything, NFC champions. We are the San Francisco 49ers. We're not going to go out like this. And we went out. We didn't go out the right way last year, and that matters to me, at least as a fan. Like it's not like I don't like people want us to tank and people want us to fucking do. Should we even play this guy or should? Dude, let's no. We got to hang our nuts and we got to go play, dude. And we didn't. And it's not all on one guy. It's on all of them. But the mailman who has a role, not as big of a role, but he has a job to do. He can't throw the game away.
Yeah, I mean, what's frustrating about that is that fuck it, let's just go out there and go down swinging mentality was official after the Buffalo and Green Bay games.
Yeah,
one he missed from injury, and then the second one a snow game. Okay, fine. The season's basically over. But then after that, if I'm not mistaken, it was the Chicago game, and we fucking dominated them. It felt like in that game it was okay. The season's over. It's been over for a couple weeks. Now let's just go play football.
Yeah.
And whatever, it's Chicago, fine, whatever. But I mean, they took it to them, and it was a flawless victory, man. We beat the shit out of that team. And then
go ahead.
And then the next week it's okay. Now it's the Rams. Now we got to get up for the Rams, right? We lost that one earlier in the season. We should have won that game by multiple scores. It's just get back time. Let's just go kick the shit out of the Rams. And it's raining, so we have an excuse as to why we can't move the ball on offense, even though we live in the fucking Bay Area and it's raining up here a lot, right? Like it's the weather's adverse. Like we can't play in this kind of weather, and it's like it's all weather.
I hate that narrative on Brock because like he can't play in conditions like that Buffalo game or that game at home. I and I'm not. And people want to like go back and look up in Google what's Brock Purdy's hand size. I look at whatever. Like I'm not. I hate the fact that we've established, especially with this regime, like we play the right kind of physical ball in the months of December, January, right? Like we do that, but our quarterback has a hard time when it's a little precipitation. I that's unfair for him too. To put that on him. I hate to be that fucking that dipshit fan, but like if dude like the conditions are a little like
I don't have no problem doing that. because I'd have to pull up game by game, but I remember even after 2023, that was a thing. Like, it was the rainy weather, right? It's rainy. Oh, it's kind of rainy, so it's nasty, and so we're gonna. It's not good. It's good. Like as if like drizzle is a fucking hurricane.
Oh,
We're
dude,
playing in 3 feet of water or something. We just have to run the ball.
the line, that Rams game, the line, I don't know what Vegas had us up. I think we were like a 3-point. No, I don't know what we were. But I know when they did I know when the weather came in, the line changed. The line moved. And I'm not saying it's because of Brock Purdy, but it could pretty well could be because of Brock Purdy. The line fucking moved.
It
Like,
might be.
oh, we're at home. And this team's playing well, but we just came off a win. Like we're not gonna fucking let them come in and like, but like it moves like. Dude.
Yeah, and even from 2 years ago, the only game I can recall off the top of my head was Cleveland when we were 5-0. We had to go to Cleveland.
Yeah,
and it was rainy. It wasn't that nasty, but it was one of those rain games where you don't know it's raining if you're watching on TV because it's not that like it's not.
He started. I remember that game vividly. He started slow, but he didn't play poorly. Like he was still throwing it around. Like he was fine. It's.
I think he threw a couple picks that game.
Yeah.
He lost the game. We didn't win.
He did. Yeah, he did.
He lost to the Browns. Granted, it's a good defense. It's fine. That was just a nasty game where it's probably the best defense in the league at the time. But also, okay, it's rainy, and so I don't remember what other games from. But I just know coming into last year in 2024, there were question marks about weather, which I mean, I'm sure we're overanalyzing to an extent because I don't know any quarterback who has a better performance rating when it's shitty weather. Maybe Aaron Rodgers or Tom Brady, but the Rams game was annoying because you felt going into the game, you knew it was raining, and I told myself as that game started, like, oh, it's going to be a nasty offensive performance. It's going to be gritty. We're going to have to run it because we're not going to be able to, for whatever reason. I don't know if it's his hand size. I don't know if it's just bad circumstance aside from the rainy weather. I don't know. But for some reason, our offense sucks when it's raining. And that's factual through all these games. You go back to that Cleveland game, we can probably pull up any weather game over the past 3 seasons, and this offense just doesn't get anything done, which is weird because we're a run first, and that should be playing to our advantage, and yet it doesn't.
That playoff game in Green Bay, we were able to finish it off on the ground. But we didn't look good offensively that well.
We scored 13 points. And 7 of those were special teams. 7 of those.
That's true. All right.
No, the fucking offense looked terrible in that game. That game was awful. We put it on Deebo Samuel, 3rd and 7, and we run the damn ball. We're running
First
right
down.
at first down.
Yeah, Jimmy Garoppolo. Yeah, it's and I think that has something to do too. Like we're a run team, but we're outside zone. We're very diverse in our show. Kind of cute with how we run the ball, even though we use angles, we use leverage. Like we're not like a fucking
ground and pound
Detroit or Philly where they fucking pulling guys and gap scheming us and running power and shit. So maybe, but I hate that Purdy has that kind of floating over his head with that. It's like, yeah.
Tough shit. Play better.
Yeah, I agree.
It just is.
I agree.
It's one of the questions.
That's my point. Exactly. Well, my point is like, it's just another one of those question marks. So you're okay. Getting the Hall for him or trying to get a Hall for him. I
don't know. I don't know what we would get. Honestly, I don't. People are talking about a pick swap up to 3. This is, I don't know who this came from. This is probably from a bot account or something. But somebody was talking about a pick swap with New York and then a couple of firsts. There's no fucking way. Nobody's paying that much for Brock Purdy. It's not happening.
No.
I think we would be fortunate. I think maybe if just a pure first round pick from somebody, and then maybe a day 2 or 3 or something like that. I think that's about as optimistic as I could hope for, because it's not like that team's getting him for free. They're going to have to give him an enormous contract too. So,
Right. And who would be in the quarterback market right now?
The teams that he would probably struggle on because they need a Superman quarterback to help their franchise ascend. He would go to the New York Giants, something like that.
No, but they got the third pick, right? So why would they?
True. I don't know what this quarterback draft looks like. And I understand that there's a few names, but I don't know which of them is really considered.
Well, yeah, but why would they? They give him a rookie deal? Obviously a top 10 deal, but then extend this guy for what? The guys that are on the market, like teams that are on the market, there is not anybody that would give us anything right now for Brock. I think everyone that they're not going to.
One team that comes to mind is the Saints. I think they're trying to move on from Carr.
They just
still on the roster.
They just extended him or gave him some more money or some shit like that.
Oh
yeah.
I don't fucking know. How much do they give him? How much is it?
I don't know. I would agree with, but they just Tennessee's ideal. They got the number 1 pick.
True.
Indianapolis, maybe. Maybe
somebody was just asking about the availability of Ryan Tannehill. Fuck, I don't remember who it was.
Oh man.
But it was somebody that needs a starter. I can't remember who it was, but somebody was inquiring about him potentially. It may have been the Browns. Are they going to stick with Watson? I don't know. But Indianapolis. Yeah. But I don't know. I don't know how much longer Indianapolis is going to want to stay on Richardson. I don't imagine they're going to just go into next year with the same deal of, we'll just get Joe Flacco to back him up again and see what happens. I feel like it's almost time for them to start thinking about what's next.
Yeah, we are in a very interesting position with this player, and I don't know. I still think we're going to pay him, but I think there'll be some kind of compromise on their end too, like with his people. You're like, okay, let's. How much money can we get? How much guaranteed money can we get on? Before if for whatever injury or you guys decide to move off him, like how much money can we get for that particular season or year? There's gonna be some compromise. I don't think we'll ever know the exact details. We'll know the bullet points, but I hope that Brock just signs, and I don't know if I hope, but if he does, I hope he balls out and we win one. But I got my doubts.
Shit.
Just in this shit again, man. Not healthy. It's not healthy for either of us, Christopher.
No. Should have been over. Should have been over a year ago. We should have been free.
Yeah.
And here we are. It will never end. It won't.
Due to happiness all revolves around this organization. Yeah. Yeah. We'll see, man. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be very interesting. This offseason is very interesting.
Yeah. I'm excited. I mean, whatever ends up happening, I'd like to keep Brock. I'd like for that contract to work out. But if it is Mac Jones, I'm going to be entering this season with the fuck it mentality of
Yeah.
here we go.
Right.
Yeah. we know this game too, right? It's not always contention. It's not always butterflies. Sometimes it's just, well, Niners gonna win some games this year, probably. Hopefully, let's fuck it. Let's see what happens. Back
Yeah,
in time to the Tom Sula
yeah,
era and the Mike
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Singleton.
Dude, I'm telling you, like, if that's the direction that we go, we're gonna get his best brand of ball with Kyle and Mac. Like, like Mac's gonna want to be the guy, or get that deal somewhere else to where he gets probably his last payday. Um, you know, if we just got to fix the other two phases, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, which is looking. I mean, defensively, obviously there are holes. Solid back being is nice, but I'm actually pretty excited. I know we talked about the lackluster moves we've made so far, but we're both kind of excited about them because, God forbid, we just tighten up the fucking special teams, man. God forbid we just tighten it up. We just play complementary three phases, and heaven forbid Jake Moody makes a fucking field goal. And I'm still holding out hope that this is genuinely, hey, he had a high ankle sprain. It affected him late in the year. Like, this is one of those injuries that lingers, and like, he wasn't quite the same kicker. And we're gonna bring him back. He's gonna be fine. And I'm hoping it's that, and it's not just, hey, I'm Kyle Shanahan and I used a 3rd-round pick on a kicker and I don't want to look like an idiot. So we're gonna give him one more shot, baby. One more.
That's what's happening. Yeah. That one.
That's what I fear, but I'm gonna be an optimist, like you're being an optimist. I'm gonna fantasize about Jake Moody and
All right, right.
pigskin going through the uprights.
Yeah, yeah, J.O. Moody, man. I can't, dude. I hope he's not permanently damaged, dude. Permanently scarred from. We'll see. We'll see. I mean, if he's still on the roster, that means special teams guy and everyone's in agreement. Like Grant Boyer and Sanger's like, yeah, like, we spent a 3rd-round pick on him, so we're gonna let him. We're gonna give him another chance, and see what happens. Um, but I think this is his last. I think if he had 9 lives, dude, he's fucking used 11 of them. This is it.
It's weird because with kickers, like it almost never corrects. It's very rare for it to correct. Like, once you can miss some kicks, like you can have a bit of a cold streak and then you come back. But like, once you're labeled as a fucking choker kicker, as soon as you get that label, like, there's no coming back from it, because you can make 20 in a row, but then when you miss a big one, it's like, oh, here he is again. It's like you never quite shake it. So very seldom do you see. I mean, it's happened, but it feels
I
like
think too. I think he's still living off that. And I think everyone's still living off the that kick he made in the Super Bowl. It was like, what was it? 58, 55? So that was a big one. Yeah, and then the other one got blocked, but that was an extra point. But like, I think they're still kind of, all right, well, he can do it on the biggest stage. He just has to get healthy. So let's see.
I hope so.
Me too.
All right, you want to do some trivia?
Yeah. Mm. Let's remember that the score. I'm the current
Okay, so
winner.
we stopped last time with one question left,
Oh,
and I'm
okay,
gonna,
okay.
because I know this answer off the top of my head.
All
And if
right,
you
all
get it right,
right. Okay.
then I'll give you the win. But if you don't get it, then we tie.
Oh, dude. Okay. Jesus Christ.
All
This
right.
is some fucking finagling. All right.
You don't just get to walk away just because you're winning. We have to finish the category. Okay,
All right. All right. Fair enough.
here we go for the win. Frank Gore
Oh,
set a
shit.
franchise record in a November 2006 game against the Seahawks after rushing for how many yards? And this is multiple choice.
Okay.
Two,
I remember that game. Okay.
202, 212, or 222?
I'm pretty sure I know this answer. Repeat the question, just to make sure.
You heard the question. He broke the franchise record. How many yards did he go for? You better not be on your phone.
And no phone. Look at no phone. 2022. No, sorry, 2006. Seattle. I remember. Okay, I'm just making sure that that's the right game. 212. I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure it's 212. Final answer. Final answer.
It's 212.
All right. I just wanted us to. I was second guessing myself, but I was like, nah, I'm pretty sure it's T12. All right. So
This is a new category.
yeah.
All right, wow. And this is just potluck. I think it's just random
Oh shit.
mishmash.
This category is called potluck, so it's random.
Yeah, every other category is potluck. It's just random because they'll have running backs and they'll have quarterbacks. But this is just potluck. I think it's just
All right. All right.
no specific category. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Who holds the franchise record for the most career rushing yards by a 49er quarterback?
Ooh. Well, that one seems to be a layup, right? Say again.
Who holds the franchise record for the most career rushing yards by a 49ers quarterback?
Who holds the franchise record for rushing yards as a 49ers quarterback? Well, what? It's either Steve or Colin. Uh, Franchise record. So total, not a season or a game. Okay. Ooh. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. Okay. You know what? You go, dude.
No, I want you to go.
Franchise record. It has to be Steve, dude. I'll go Steve. Has to be.
I also go Steve. Okay. It is Steve Young. Very good. Yeah, because he got he had some rush yards even before he was a starter. You know, subbing in for Joe.
What's for number? I wonder.
Let
That could be a plus.
me look. Steve Young as it's a 49er quarterback, 3,500 yards
Oh, okay.
and 37 touchdowns. And Kaepernick,
He's second, right?
he's got to be, yeah. 2,300 and 13 touchdowns. He's well behind him. 1,500 yards ahead. Oh. Okay. I'm going to skip the no-brainers.
Yeah.
All right, you're going to know this one. I don't think I'm going to know it. Who was appointed the 49ers defensive coordinator in 2017?
'17 is when Kyle got there. So
Was he hired Saleh immediately?
no, maybe not.
Don't say the name because I have to think.
Okay, all right. Who was the 49ers defensive coordinator in 2017? It's no, because I wouldn't know. I mean, I mean, why is that? Mm. Who was the guy before Salah? Obviously, is my and I if that's hilarious. That's funny because I don't know. It's someone from that fucking no, yeah, Tom Sula. No, it wasn't Tom Sula. Who was before Shanahan?
I don't know. You tell me.
Who was before Shanahan? Was it fucking Chip Kelly? It's Chip Kelly. Okay. Who was fucking Chip? No, in 17, Kyle came and it was, I think it was all Salah.
Oh yeah, I'm
I want
going
to say,
solid. I'm going
I'm gonna
solid
say Salah.
because I can't think of
Mm,
another.
yeah, I'm pretty sure because yeah,
Oh, yeah, it's solid.
yeah, yeah. All right, so that was trying to trick us. Who was the fuck? I'm gonna look this shit up.
All right, this one's this one's super random. You're
Looking this
gonna
shit
know
up.
it. And I have no fucking idea.
Hold on. Let me. Okay, hold on. Defense coordinator in 2016. Jim O'Neill. Oh, I was going. It was Curtis Modkins. I never even heard that Modkins. Chip Kelly. Wow. Oh, shit. All right. All right. Anyway, lay it on me.
I was so checked out for 2016. I can't even tell you. I missed a lot of football again. Good thing. What is Joe Montana's middle name?
Oh, dude, I know that.
I uh
I know that. Oh, dude. Oh, no. Joe Montana's middle name. I know it. I got it. I think I got it.
he's Irish, right? It's got to be something Irish.
He, yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I I remember where did I see that? I don't. It's I it's not unless because if you saw it, you will remember. There's no way you gets it because because you'd have to see it, you have to hear it because you'd be like, "There's no fucking way that's his name."
fuck. Uh, Joseph. Joseph. I don't know. I don't even know. Timothy?
Oh, not a bad guess. That's not a bad guess.
What is it?
All right, ready? I'll get. Oh, you want Joe or Joseph? Yep.
Joseph. It's got to be Joseph.
All right, Joseph Clifford, Montana.
Clifford.
Clifford.
You are correct. It is Clifford.
I just remember that, and I'm like, dude, there's no, I
Clifford.
can't. There's no air for yeah. I hesitated there for a minute though. I'm like, I got me scared.
All right. True or false? 49ers won more games in 2019 than in their previous 3 seasons combined.
Counting playoffs
Versus
season.
I think it's just regular season.
Oh, that's a good question. I'm gonna okay. I'll let you defer. I'll defer this one to you. Yeah, you're better with the numbers. I remember a bunch of random shit, but you're better with the numbers. So if you like, if we won 5 games in Kelly's last season, 4?
His only season.
His only 1 and only. Well, dude, if I knew the records, I could probably fuck me. Yeah, I'm gonna defer.
Fuck. This is fucking with me. It's gonna be really close either way.
Good question. 19, we won what? 13 games? 12 games?
13.
13 games.
I know in 2017 we won 6 because we started 0-9 and we won 6 of our last 7. 2018, Garoppolo went down. I want to say we were 4-12 that year. We had the number 2 overall pick. So
I need to know the 49ers records. The records are last. I especially the bad years. I try to fucking block it out. You know.
Yeah. I want to say they won 4 in 2018, so that would put them at 10 already. And then when Chip Kelly was there, it was like 4 or 3. I can't remember. All right, you tell me. You tell me what your guess is.
No, dude.
Or do I just do I get it if I get it right?
Well, I'm either going to agree with you or I'm just going to go against the grain. So
no, that's the point. You can't just piggyback off my answer.
the previous 3 the previous 3 seasons.
Yeah.
3.
True or false? The 49ers won more games in 2019 than in the 3 previous seasons combined.
You're letting me go first on this, really?
Yeah.
False. By law, you should just go true so we can see if we can fucking.
I'm gonna go true.
Okay.
Because there's something telling me that in 2016 we only won 2 games, even though that doesn't sound right. But I'm gonna swing the bat and see what.
Hold on, wait.
What?
It's just so I'm fucking not. The question is, true or false? Did the 49ers win more games those 3 years combined than the 13 that we won in 19?
No, it was the opposite. You already answered.
Oh, okay, no, okay, wait, hold on. Replay. I'm sorry, replay the question. Sorry.
Michael, you already answered.
I need the question again. You
already answered. No, I
need the question again.
I said the question 3 fucking times. This is a recorded line. I said it at least 3 times, if not 4.
I fucked up the question.
I fucked up the question.
Okay.
And I said the question again right before you answered. True or false?
I'm getting on this.
Won more games in 2019 than in their 3 previous seasons combined. You said false. It's on record.
1 more games and there's 3. Okay, fine. All right, my bad. I'm mixing it up. Okay, I'll stick with false. I still think we won more games in 2019 No. Did we?
I have your
Oh, wait, hold on.
bullshit recorded. You see, like you can't. There's no.
I fucked
There's
in
no
the question. I my
snaking
bad. My
your
bad.
way out of this one. Okay, here
I
we go.
totally wrong. Okay. All right.
All right, I just pulled it up. All right,
All
13 wins in
right.
2019. In 2018, it was 4. That's what I thought. In
All right.
2017, it was 6, so that's 10. And in 2016, under Chip Kelly, we only won 2 games.
2.
So yeah, it's 12 to 13, which means you lose that question.
Means it's false.
It means it's true.
It's false. True or false? It's false.
It's true that the 49ers won more games in 2019 than they did in these 3 seasons. You need to learn to listen.
I fucked up the question. All right, well, whatever. Yeah.
All right. Here's one. What do the initials CJ stand for in CJ Beathard?
Oh. Dude, that's another one I heard too. Somewhere. Because I think the quarterback, who was above CJ that was playing?
Mullins?
I think someone said it like, what do the initial CJ stand for? Is CJ Beathard? Yeah, this is the one that I'm going to defer. You know,
I don't know.
Nothing comes to mind.
CJ.
I'll guess. Chris John.
That was John for sure. It's the J has to be John. But I'm wondering if there's a different C.
Where do you go to school?
Fuck, I don't know.
He's a Southern kid. That matters. I think. Where do you go to school? Let me look that up. No, if I look it up, I might see the answer. No, it won't say his fucking initials, dude. Let me see. DJ Beat Hard. School. Serious. DJ Beat Hard. Oh, he went to Iowa. That's right. Because he was Tyler Kittle. That's right. Now I remember. All right, I'm closing it before I see anything. Okay, fuck, I saw it by accident. I'm out. I'm out. Oh, I was looking for his
up the guy.
I saw it by accident. It's not his
the only question is not his name, so you're just typing
no way. It's not Christopher John. There's no way.
What is it? Because I don't know.
It was something Jarrett. Let me see. Hold on. They were like Casey Jarrett or some shit. Let me see. I just had it up. Hold on. Yeah, Casey Jarrett Beat Hard.
You're so
Casey Jarrett.
You
what? I actually saw what we were
you try to flip flop answers, and then now you're googling shit, and you're so brazen. You're even telling me that you're going to do that.
All right. I fucked up the true or false question, right? And we were not going to get
on the Beathard.
we were not going to get the fucking Beathard, right? You were going to guess Casey Jarrett?
No, I wasn't. And neither were you, which is why you tried to cheat.
No, I told you I wasn't going to guess. I told you
scumbag.
All right. Thanks, sir.
Which offensive lineman who was drafted by the 49ers in 1986 wore a cushioned cone helmet on top of his standard helmet?
Go ahead.
86. The fuck is a cone helmet?
You don't remember if he was?
Oh, you just said his name.
Yeah. Derek Deese, I think, might have had one too, but he wasn't drafted in fucking 86. I think Derek Deese might have had one. Derek Deese was awesome. If they had a Derek Deese jersey, I'd fucking buy it right now. For $1 million. Yes, Derek Deese. Make payments on it.
Is that on?
It's all right. I can't. I'm gonna go to my phone. I'm picking up my phone. I'm gonna show you Fucking Steve Wallace's head, dude. I get this point, by the way.
Try not to blurt out answers next time.
Well, that's my answer. I could be wrong. I still could be wrong. Yeah.
Dude, okay. I feel
You
like
know,
I've
he was never. That was like before. That was like when obviously it was supposed to be like to protect the head, but like before Guardian Cap came out.
yeah.
That was the coolest thing. I was like, it freaked me out when I was a kid. So it's I actually had an abnormality under the Kuma.
All right. I'm gonna give you that point.
Thank you.
Only because
I'm
am
pretty sure. Wait, hold on.
I'm honest.
Hold on.
I wouldn't have guessed
Oh,
it.
all right. Yeah. Hold on. I could be wrong. What Derek Deese? Derek Deese? Where? Dude, if it's Derek Deese, I might cry. No, no, you can check it. It's Steve Wallace because he was born in 7 years nowhere. Cap it. Steve Wallace is awesome too. See, there are Steve Wallace jerseys out there too. It's kind of a shame I don't have one. Yes.
Yeah, you got it. Okay. In an October 2010 game against Atlanta,
2012. Oh,
2010,
2010. Okay.
speedy safety Taylor Mays became just the fourth 49er to do what?
Dude.
I have a guess.
Force sack, force fumble, returned. Safety. What do you do? What do you do? What did he was very mediocre. What did he do in the Falcons game in 2010? He blocked a kick and take it back. Say the question again, please.
In October 2010 against Atlanta, speedy safety Taylor Mays became just the fourth 49er to do what?
He wasn't even that fast. He was not known for his speed. This question's already pissing me off, Chris. I'm gonna go ahead and say that but I would remember him taking one back. Yeah. Fourth 49er safety to do what? Safety.
No, he was the fourth. He was the fourth 49er, not 49er safety.
Oh, wow. Yeah, it's obviously something pretty cool, right? He didn't return. He wasn't a return guy. He didn't play off. He didn't do anything on offense. I'm gonna guess that he forced a fumble, he recovered a fumble, and he returned it for 6 points. That's my guess. And if I'm lucky, if that's my guess.
I'm gonna go with. I think he was a rookie. I think he was a rookie that year.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna assume he's a special teamer, and I'm gonna go with a blocked field goal return for a touchdown. But I have no memory of it. I do remember him. I don't remember what he did, but I remember he scored in the Cincinnati game that next season, right before we traded him. We were in Cincinnati.
No, yeah.
Like he did something. I don't remember what he did, but I thought it was a special teams thing. but it was like the highlight of his career. I have no memory of this Atlanta game at all. So okay, let's see. What did he do? He returned a blocked punt for a touchdown. Neither of us get that one.
I was just about to ask you too. You did a field goal or punt?
Yeah.
I was about to ask you.
I didn't even think about a punt. Oh well.
4, huh? Yeah. Actually,
The 49ers won their first ever playoff game in 1970 under the stewardship of which head coach?
70's Dick Nolan, right? Pretty sure 70 Dick Nolan.
It would be smarter if you just keep it to yourself. That way I can.
Well, I mean, I could be wrong.
I'm not 100% sure, but I'm going Nick Nolan. There was some connection with I mean, I know he was our coach at one point, but there was some like reminiscing factor about Mike Nolan, and it wasn't just connected to his dad who never won jack shit. So it had to have been him in that era because we only went to the playoffs like 2 times in like 30 years. So yeah, I think it's him. Okay, let me see.
Richard Nolan.
It's Dick Nolan. Very good. All right. The longest touchdown pass in team history was a 97-yarder against Atlanta in 1991, thrown by Steve Young to which receiver?
Can it be that obvious? 91 against the Falcons. A lot of these things happen against the Falcons, huh?
Yes.
Against the Falcons. At home, did it say, or on the road, or in Atlanta?
It doesn't say.
He went through a 91-yard touchdown.
A 97-yard touchdown.
Jesus. Why isn't that highlight popping up? That should be a fucking, in the highlight memory bank there. 97 yards, which means it wasn't a spectacular go ball fade, or maybe it was a catch. Maybe Jerry took a slant. 97 yards. I'm gonna say, all right. I'm ready for my answer.
Okay, what do you got?
Yeah, I'll say Jerry. It's be Jerry. Could be John Taylor, but I'll say
I'm
Jerry.
going to go John Taylor.
Ooh, do you remember this?
I know both of them took long balls to the house, but I thought there was a game. It might be a different game, but there was a game where John took two slants to the house.
Yep.
And I don't know if 2 long ones, and I don't know if one of them. I feel like I'm not sure.
All right.
One of those guys, either Jerry or John, have a 95-yard touchdown reception, and then the other one has a 97-yard touchdown reception. I don't know who is who. It doesn't pop into my head immediately that Jerry Rice's career long is 97. It just doesn't seem familiar, so I'm just going to go with John. Got to go with my gut.
Yeah.
See if my gut's wrong.
That John Taylor.
Jerry Rice would be really fucking pissed off.
That John Taylor was against the Rams Monday Night Football.
The two?
The two.
Oh fuck, let's see. Right. The answer is John Taylor.
Whoa! Hold on, let me pull up the highlight. Yeah. Well, Mm. Mm-hmm. Oh wow, he did chuck it. Oh, you know what's funny is that Dion was trying to chase and get him.
And who'd he beat to the end zone?
Dion. I mean, well, he caught it between two defenders,
Yeah.
uh, and then both safeties just fucking. That's hilarious, dude. That's awesome. All right, you got me. That was a good one. Fair and square.
Yeah, we are.
There's no way I can share my screen on this thing, right?
You should be able to go to down to the bottom near the hand. Present now.
Present now. All right, hold on one second. Let me see if I can do this. You gotta see this shit. It's hilarious. It's pretty awesome. What is that shit? Mm, There you go. And now, you present now. Now, what Google Chrome would like to record this computer. So, yeah, so a bunch of here we go. Bunch of shit, a bunch of hoops like that. Oh, can't share your screen. Something went wrong. Screen sharing. Let me try one more time. No. So look at that. Do you have another question? Question on deck?
I do,
It's
yeah.
not gonna let me. It's not gonna let me share it.
All right. Which 49er tied for the NFL lead after catching 13 touchdown passes in 2009?
I had the NFL lead for catching 13 touchdown passes in 2009. Oh, I had the NFL lead with 13 touchdown passes in 2009. When did we get Crabtree?
I don't know.
I don't think it was Crabtree. I don't remember Crabtree catching that many ever. The only one I remember catching that many possibly. All right, I got it. You got one? Yeah. Want me to say mine first?
Yeah, because I know the
Uh, Alrighty, okay. Here I'll say Vernon Davis.
it is Vernon Davis. Yeah, that was the tie for the NFL record for tight ends that year with 13.
There you go.
Kellen Winslow,
Mm-hmm.
senior, not the pervert.
Okay.
Okay, who were the two 49ers to lead the NFL in single season receptions during the 1980s? Who were the two 49ers to lead the NFL in single season receptions during the 1980s.
Dude. It's Can you go first this time, please?
Well,
Who were the
here's
first?
the
Who were
thing.
the?
I think I know the answer. I'm
Okay.
pretty sure I know the answer.
Okay. So then, okay. So you know, so that means automatically I should say, right? Are you
Yeah.
just fucking? Are you fucking leveraging me, dude? Are you,
No.
you negotiate with me, asshole? I don't know. Okay. That's who are the two 49ers that led the team in receptions in the 1980s?
Who led the NFL in receptions single season? So you led the NFL for the year in receptions. Two of our guys did in the 80s.
Okay. Um, I'm gonna go Dwight Clark and Jerry Rice.
That is also my guess. I'm not 100% on this actually, but
Yeah.
I believe Dwight Clark led the NFL in the strike year in 82. I think.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Let's see. We are both wrong.
No. Dean Washington.
There's a little voice inside my head that said Jerry never led the league in receptions in the 80s. He was averaging like 18 a catch, 19 a catch. It was Dwight Clark and Roger Craig. Wow. That's a pretty cool tidbit.
Yeah. Another kind of trapdoor question there.
Yeah. Wow.
Fucking Roger Craig. Hall of Fame worthy Roger Craig. Maybe the fucking maybe one day they'll let him in.
Yeah, I'll get in with the legacy class or whatever they do for the older guys.
Yeah.
Who was the first 49ers tight end to record multiple 1,000-yard seasons?
That feels like an hurt. Okay. That should be straightforward. Who was the first 49er tight end to record multiple 1,000-yard seasons? Who was the first 49er tight end to record multiple 1,000-yard seasons? First one, 1,000 yards. Russ Francis. Um, First 49er tight end to record multiple 1,000-yard seasons. Yeah, I think. I think.
Why are you playing on your phone? Where's your phone at?
I was charging right here in front of me, dude.
Yeah, are you touching it?
No,
Are you sure?
I said Russ Francis. Look at nothing on there, dude.
Put the voice
It's
control on. Siri, show me history. Show me search
Hey,
history.
hey Siri. Hey Siri. Show me search history. Casting call.
Is that porn? What is that?
I got the casting couch behind me, dude. No, I'm not using my
I don't
fucking
trust
phone.
you. I don't like you. I don't trust you. All right.
What are you talking? I feel that said Russ Francis. That's not my answer.
No, you're saying the questions out loud to yourself. I don't know.
Dude, I
I
fuck
feel
up
like you're talking to somebody.
the true or false question. Still
Who's in the
fucked
room with you right now? Who do you got
No.
looking up?
I
Whoever's
got
there. How much is he paying you?
Yeah, I got my stenographer right here. No, I'm making sure I understand the question because the true or false question still haunts me, dude. I should be up. Okay, I fucked up that question because I didn't fucking get it in my head, dude.
Yeah, do you have an answer?
I have yes, I do. I do. Do you?
I'm going Kittle.
I was also gonna go George.
I just didn't think. I know in Vernon's 13 touchdown season, he was at the 900 mark. I don't think he did it twice, but I could be wrong. I might be wrong. I know he broke 1,000 at some point. I don't know that he did it twice, though. Let's find out. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
In the 1987 regular season, we're going until we break this fucking tie. In the
All right.
1987 regular season.
Are we going to potluck?
Yeah, we're on receivers now.
Oh shit, receivers are.
In the 1987 regular season, Jerry Rice set a franchise record after catching how many touchdown passes?
Damn it. All right. No, but I'm not saying the question.
Uh,
I'm gonna say it, okay? But no one's fucking listening. Listen. No, in the- in what when the single season touchdown record, Jerry Rice broke the record by scoring how many touchdowns? Received. Okay. All right. I got my answer.
go ahead, because I know the answer.
Okay. Okay. 3.
It
It's 3. He scored against the Raiders. He scored 3 times.
so
I want to say 4 too. I'm like, did
this
he
is
score 4?
no, not in a single game, in a single season.
Oh, see, this is why I fucking repeat the questions, Chris. I'm a fucking Momo. All right. In a single season, how many did he score? Oh. The all-time touchdown record. Or just the season.
In the 1987
Steven.
regular season, Jerry Rice set a franchise record after catching how many touchdown passes?
Okay. Yeah. Okay, I got it. Okay. I think I got it.
What is it?
21. He scored a lot then. I think 21 was the number where his all-time highest number was 21.
Wrong. You're wrong. It's 22.
What was it? See? Now,
Oh, great. I
now I'm
won.
mad.
Look at that. I almost skipped that question, but I was like, yeah, no, that's not that easy.
20. Jerry Rice. All time.
Yeah, he did it in the strike season, 87.
Yeah,
He
I
played
know
12
that.
games.
What year Jerry Rice 22? Fuck, I remember I said 21. It's fucking 2. Damn it. Yeah, I knew it was that 87 season with this 12 game strike short season. Won back-to-back championship. Yeah, from our favorite. Yeah. Fuck. That's on
You
me.
were
See?
close. You were really close, but you just weren't good enough.
Yeah.
You got to really be on your game. if you have any shot taking
First
down
one, hold
the
on.
current reigning champion.
Wait. Say the question again.
What, the one you just got wrong?
Yeah.
You're still going to be wrong, but yeah, sure. In the 1987 regular season, Jerry Rice set a franchise record after catching how many touchdown passes?
Yeah, okay.
What did you think?
What's gonna happen? What do you think was gonna happen? He scored 23 touchdowns that year, so one of them was a rushing touchdown.
One of them was a rushing.
I was gonna try to
you're gonna try to say I was wrong too, huh?
Yeah, I'm trying to make it interesting.
But I knew
No,
that.
I fucked that one up. I don't know why 20 went by my head. It's 22. All right, Ryan. And then the true or false one, I technically would have gotten right if I knew the fucking question. So this one has an asterisk.
I'm gonna replay that
asterisk next to it.
This has an asterisk. And I'm gonna send it to you because I sent it to you. I repeated the question several times. I don't understand what your deal is.
Okay.
You even repeated the question back to me in the correct format at one point. I'm sure of it. So I don't get what your deal is. But figure it out. You figure it out and you come talk to the champ sometime. The champion.
He's got an asterisk next to it, bro. That was fun. We went to the whole potluck.
Yeah. We're a decent little chunk through the book already, so yeah, it's fun. All right, I gotta go eat some food and do some things. So
man.
I still gotta get the last one up. I'll try to do that tonight and then I'll work on this one. Yeah, we'll take it from there. So
all right, man. The last one where I won that one. Make sure it's in the title.
I'm gonna edit that part out. That's gonna be edited out. For this one, I might just do the Brock Purdy thing and then the trivia. Cut out the first 20, 30 minutes because kind of rehashed some of that already. Just focus on Purdy for this one. We're really drawing the viewers, Really get our
really. Yeah, I thought the topics before were pretty good. We talked about it. We fleshed it out pretty good.
Oh.
Yeah,
whatever. That's fine.
Yeah. I'm again. I'll text you.
Oh, yeah. Same time next week if you're able.
Yep, absolutely. 4 o'clock.
All right. Have a good weekend.
You too, my guy. Bye-bye. Bye.